Good morning. I am Day. DAA are my initials. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my years of active recovery, I have found that upon awakening, it is useful to affirm and devote myself to the me of my recovery, the one that ties all of the pieces together gently, lovingly, and sometimes even fiercely to face each day. With these daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations, walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. January 31. Our common welfare comes first. The unity of Alcoholics Anonymous is the most cherished quality our society has. We stay whole or AA dies. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 129. Our traditions are key elements in the ego deflation process necessary to achieve and maintain sobriety in Alcoholics Anonymous. The first tradition reminds me not to take credit or authority for my recovery. Placing our common welfare first reminds me not to become a healer in this program. I am still one of the patients. Self-effacing elders built the ward. Without it, I doubt I would be alive. Without the group, few alcoholics would recover. The active role in renewed surrender of will enables me to step aside from the need to dominate the desire for recognition, both of which played so great a part in my active alcoholism. Deferring my personal desires for the greater good of a group growth contributes towards AA, unity that is central to all recovery. It helps me to remember that the whole is greater than the sum of all its parts. Fair use. Courage to change one day at a time in Al Anon. January 31. After working Al Anon's 12 steps zealously for over a year, I was despondent over my continuing lapses into self-pity and resentment over the alcoholic's inability to give me the emotional support I wanted. One evening during a meditation on the 6th and 7th steps, 3 words seemed to flash in my mind. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character, and we humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. I suddenly realized that much of my zealous working of the program had been the exercise of my own limited power. With a new and sincere humility, I asked God to remove my shortcomings. When I saw the alcoholic the next morning, it was as if a veil had been lifted from my eyes. I saw her suffering, struggling to stay sober, and I had compassion for my own struggle as well. My self-pity and resentment were gone. Today's reminder: I want to be ready for shortcomings to be removed, and I will do what I can to prepare. I can develop a non-judgmental awareness of myself, accept what I discover, and be fully willing to change. But I lack the power to heal myself. Only my higher power can do that. I accept the fact that I need help in being restored to sanity, and that I cannot achieve this without help. The Dilemma of the Alcoholic Marriage. Fair use. Just for today. Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts. January 31. Trust. Just for today, I will have faith in someone in NA who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. Basic Text 93. Learning to trust is a risky proposition. Our past experience as using addicts has taught us that our companions could not be trusted. Most of all, we couldn't trust ourselves. Now that we're in recovery, trust is essential. We need something to hang on to, believe in, and give us hope in our recovery. For some of us, the first thing we can trust is the words of other members sharing in meetings. We feel the truth in their words. Finding someone we can trust is easier to ask for help. I will say that again. Finding someone we can trust makes it easier to ask for help. And as we grow to trust in their recovery, we learn to trust our own. Just for today, I will decide to trust someone. I will act on that trust. Fair use. Today, Emotions Anonymous. January 31. Reflection for today. Self-acceptance is one of the important parts of the EA program for me. I am learning to love and accept myself through the 12 steps. I am learning I do not have to be perfect, only human. I have assets as well as defects, as everyone does. I am reminded of the story of the three-legged stool. One leg is our love and acceptance of ourselves. The second leg is God's love and acceptance. And the third leg is our love and acceptance of other people. What a wonderful life I have when I can experience all three of the legs. I am learning about acceptance. When I feel God's love and acceptance, I am able to love and accept myself. What follows is a love and acceptance of others. Meditation for today. God, help me to feel your love and acceptance. May I be the kind of person you want me to be. May I learn what your will is for me and accept it. Today I will remember my daily spiritual reading and interchange with others is important in helping me feel the presence of God. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. January 31. Other laundry list. Before we write in greater detail about the original laundry list, we must note that most of the 14 traits have an opposite. Our experience shows that the opposites are just as damaging as the counterpart. BRB, Big Red Book, page 8. Overcoming our denial of family dysfunction was easier when we took an honest and balanced view of our life experiences. The laundry list provided clues about some of the effects, but the compulsions and the addictiveness could not be accepted as normal. Somewhere deep inside, we knew there was more to the issues we face than we currently in touch with. Excuse me, I will read that over. Somewhere deep inside, we knew was more to the issues we faced than we were currently in touch with. The opposites laundry list gave some of us the rest of the puzzle. Here was a description of how we might have acted out the traits. We could see how we set up an endless roller coaster ride between the effects of our childhood and how it affected ourselves and others today. The solution for both lists is the same: the steps in reparenting, admitting powerlessness, coming to believe, and turning our will and our lives over to the care of a higher power all start us on the road to our spiritual awakening. Acknowledging our critical inner parent and creating a space for our inner loving parent to guide our inner child releases us from our effects and gives us power to achieve integration and wholeness. On this day, I will look to both the laundry list and the opposite laundry list to get a sense of the effects and my effects. I will be mindful of the solution, using the steps and reparenting myself in order to create integrity and wholeness. You have just listened to DHB Recovery Network Daily, read by Day. Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.